All right. Look, we have a dog here.
Oh, that's good.
Catchy.
Gas.
Catchy.
Gas.
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 Gas. Gas. Get your winged ass down here.
But that's not his name.
Can't you do some angel stuff?
Do Cass stuff. Be a dog. Cass, be a dog. Good boy.
Good job being a dog.
Good job being a
You're
dog.
such a good dog being
Cass,
a dog.
be purple. Oh, you did a bad job.
He left, though.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I can't do it. I don't want to do it on
Bye.
camera. He's like, but I can't be a dog again. Look at me be a
I'm
dog.
a dog. I'm Cass.
Being a dog.
Pass Cass dog.
Podcast dog. Podcast dog.
Cass
Podcast.
Dog.
Podcasting puppy. You're a podcast dog.
Dog.
I gotta trim your nails soon, 'cause they're getting really long. Podcast dog.
Too much.
Welcome back to another episode of the Rum Runnas Podcast, where we drink rum and talk about stuff. I'm Jared.
I'm Kyle, and I didn't spill anything today.
Totally. But we're back for another week to talk about weird and interesting news from all over the internets, and we got a puppy now. Say hello to Cass, everybody.
Say hi to Cass.
Check him out on our Instagram.
Cass is here.
At Rum Runnas.
It's the Cass. The Cass of the podcast. What the fuck?
I told you to watch out
What
around
happened?
his ears.
I'm sorry, buddy.
His ears are hurting him. I
I'm
gotta take him to the
sorry.
doctor.
Oh.
You're okay, buddy.
You're
Here, go lay
okay.
down, bud. Go lay down. All right, but once again, we're back to talk about another week of weird and interesting news all over the internet. We read the clickbait so you don't have to. Kyle, why don't we tell them what we're drinking beforehand? Because this is actually good. I like this.
Boom. This drink is that drink that I made on that other show.
Two Drunk Dads, the show before the show. Go
Yeah.
check it out.
So that's where I made this drink.
Yeah.
That's where that drink, you can find this drink. On Two Drunk Dads.
I immediately sucked up that cherry. It immediately
Well, that's because
stopped.
there's literally a chunk of cherry in the straw.
Well, no, it was the one at the bottom. It blocked my straw immediately.
No, I mean, like, because I had to put the straw through the cherries. There's a chunk of cherry in your straw right now. I can see it. See, he's the one that spills stuff. It's not me, ever.
You
I never spilled anything.
messed up my thing. I can't get my drink.
He needs a new straw because he hates turtles.
It shot down my throat. Okay.
You gotta be careful when you suck the cherry out the straw.
Thank you for
That
the
could
warning.
that could be an innuendo
That could be an innuendo.
for mouth sex. Is that okay to say?
Yeah.
I was trying to think of
It's
like a
fine.
better way. I was like, I don't think blowjobs are PG-13. Can you say blowjobs?
They're PG-13. Once again, Kappa, we can do whatever we want now.
Oh yeah, blowjobs. I don't think we can do that on the show. Can we do that on the show?
Internet, do you want to see blowjobs on this show? Is that what you're asking?
Remember that one time we talked about sex stuff and we got like all the clicks but none of the
Oh
watches?
my God, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna throw this out there, guys. You can't watch porn on YouTube.
Yeah, just it doesn't happen.
It's not gonna work. So if you see a video that says podcast and you're like, I typed in porn and a podcast came up, maybe there's boobies. Maybe I'll see them.
You
Maybe
definitely
it'll be
will.
good. You're not gonna see it.
Man, just be happy it's not like 2009 because that's how you got rickrolled.
Oh yeah.
That's not a thing anymore. It's too bad.
Never gonna give you up.
Bring that back.
Never gonna let you down. You don't know the words, do you?
Never gonna turn around and hurt you. Oh, yeah, I don't know the words.
There you go.
I hated it. I turned it off immediately
Maybe it
whenever
is
it
hurt
happened
you.
to me.
Maybe desert you was after that. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. It is dessert first. It's dessert first. You always have dessert before you hurt. That's how you remember it.
Yeah, guys, remember that. If you're going to break up, buy a cheesecake first.
Exactly. Yo, that's actually good advice. Okay, I know that our audience is
If it
mostly
becomes
male.
like a new tradition where like
we get
A
credit.
woman gets a cheesecake and she's like, "Oh man."
Yeah, but no, I know that like our audience is mostly male, which that's good advice for you guys. But women, would it soften the blow of a breakup if he bought you dessert first, like a good dessert, like not like he was like, here's a Hostess.
Cass?
Was that Cass or was that the
him.
ghost?
I don't know what that was. It could be both. Nothing blew up today though.
Cass. Oh, it's because he doesn't want to be here.
Lay down, puppy.
Go lay down in your bed.
Go lay down with your Nerf
Go lay down
ball.
in your bed. Go to bed.
He just wants. This is the one time he gets all of the attention, and he doesn't want it.
He's usually upstairs crying for attention, and the one time we're like, "Hey, come downstairs and be on the show and stuff."
Downstairs instead of in your cage.
He wants to go upstairs to my bed and go to sleep. That's what it is. It's past his bedtime, so it's too bright here in the studio. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about,
well,
but
wait,
I didn't.
Before the show starts.
Okay, I'll let you do your thing.
Since we talk about headlines, I saw a headline today that made me sad. And I'd like to take a moment to just have some silence in honor of Juice WRLD, R.I.P. Juice WRLD. He's one of my favorite rappers.
It's weird that that's a sentence.
What? No, I like him.
Okay,
He's
fine.
not. He don't
fine.
listen to good music anymore.
Okay, moment of silence. All right, that's too much dinner for a podcast.
I just want to say thank you, Juice WRLD. Can't believe that you predicted this in your song Legends. Knew you weren't going to make it past 21. No more good music from you. That's going to suck. Okay, we can go on with the show now because you don't care.
Okay, that's fine.
He's a heartless dick face.
It's sad that a person is dead. I didn't like his music, but he's dead.
All of the good ones are dying. All not for you. All the ones I like are dying.
All of the ones are dying.
All of them are dying.
Okay. Well, one thing that I did want to discuss with you.
XXXTentacion.
I'm about to have to let my dog out because he really doesn't want to be in here.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back.
Welcome back to another episode of the Rum Runnas Podcast, the show where we drink and talk about stuff.
Cass now has free roam to go upstairs or downstairs as he wishes.
Intro number 4.
Intro number 76.
Yeah, I do the best intros. You just cut them because you're selfish.
And because I do the intros, that's how it is. You have a show. I gave you a show. You do the intro for it.
We don't need to follow protocols. Like our rum drinks, they don't have to be rum.
Yeah, they do. All right. Can I
He hits me.
You're not a female. No one's gonna have outrage.
Actually, I hit you.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
it was on camera. I've been struck twice that you've seen.
We don't speak of this.
But yes. So
He hits me.
One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, I was going to talk to you about it off camera, but I might as well just talk to you now. Have you ever gone to a store? Just since I work at a store, I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to get fired. But since I work
about ghosts.
Since I work at a store now, have you ever gone to a store that's kind of nice and like makes people feel safe, and there's like a group of like 40-year-olds?
What?
It's like a group of like late 40-year-olds, couples that are meeting up there and like getting to know each other. And like you can see that they're like talking and feeling each other out, and they're just trying to be in a safe space to do that.
Because they're swingers?
That's exactly what I was thinking. How often do you see that in a store and it turns out they're swingers? Like how, like if you had to throw a percentage of times in there, just realistically.
I don't pay attention.
Oh. See, I people watch, so like. Yeah.
And he's back.
He's back. Hi, Cass.
He just wanted the option to leave.
Did you change your mind?
He just wants the option.
You're a good boy. You're a good boy, Cass. Yeah, so I just
Maybe he
thought
had
that
to
was
pee.
funny. No, he peed beforehand.
Maybe
He's
he
peed
still
like
had to
3
pee again.
times.
Maybe he had to pee again.
He forces himself to pee so I can give him treats. That's what he does.
Maybe he had to pee again because we gave him a treat while we were down here.
We did. We gave him an ice cube also, so maybe the water from that.
You give him
I
a
don't know.
different treat than that?
Yeah, I brought the little like stuff down. There's like meat treats in there.
You don't bring me treats.
I got you a soda today.
Only because I didn't take money from my wife.
Still.
She was all, "Can you go? Are you guys going to a store?" And I was all like, "I don't know." And she was all like, "Never mind." So I didn't get any money.
Oh,
Because she was gonna give me money to go buy her stuff.
that's depressing. All right. Well, let's get into the first one.
Everybody, like my show and subscribe to it. I guess Jared's show too.
Begging right now, so I can stop asking my wife for money. Can you please like my show?
I need money.
Money.
Everybody's too young to have seen that movie, or too white to have seen that movie, or doesn't care enough to see that
Our
movie.
demographic doesn't show like race and stuff like that. That's not like something that I can see. I can't see like what the like majority of our stuff is. But Canadian woman arrested for not holding escalator handrail awarded $20,000 in damages.
She was awarded $20,000, or the escalator was awarded $20,000.
Let's read and find out. I mean, unless in Canada all escalators are female. Oh no, it does just say handrail awarded. There's no comma.
Yeah, the handrail was awarded 20,000.
It says Canadian woman arrested for not holding escalator handrail awarded 20 G in damages.
What's G?
$20 G.
What is Canadian money? What is a G?
Let's find out.
Hold on. What's Canadian money?
What's a G in Canada?
Oh, it's $20,000.
You should literally just be like, "What's a G in Canada?" And they're like, "A Canadian gangster."
I can't find stuff on Facebook.
Oh, well, probably not. A Canadian woman who was arrested for not holding onto an escalator handrail has been awarded $20,000 in damages by the nation's Supreme Court. Bella Kosoyan.
Do you think it literally does? It's just G because it's like grand, like 20 grand. Like, you think that's what that was emphasized? Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I think I even said 20 grand when I first read it.
Because it's confusing because I didn't know Canadians called it that.
Like they call it just dollars and stuff. They might have their own.
I thought they called it Canada's.
If you're Canadian, leave in the comments what your money's called. I think we asked that
If
before.
you're walking
no one
down
responded.
the street, are you like, man, can't believe I got these 5,000 Canadas in my pocket? People should just name money after their
I
countries.
know that at one point it was called the loonie, but it's not called the loonie anymore. I think it's just called the Canadian dollar.
Is it called, I don't think they call it the Canadian dollar. They call ours the American dollar. In Canada, if you call your money the Canadian dollar, then I'm mostly right. You could just be like, here's a Canada, because
I guess.
that'd be short for Canadian dollar.
Okay, so Bella Kosoyan was riding an escalator at the Montmorency Montreal metro station in Laval, Quebec. These are all words that I can't pronounce except for Quebec. And metro and Montreal. Sorry, Montmorency.
These are all words I can't pronounce except all the words I can pronounce that come
are the only
in
ones
there.
that I can't pronounce. In 2009, this was 10 years ago, when an officer stopped her.
I thought this was a news story. Is she just now getting it?
I think she just got the money now.
Did she just get out of jail?
Yo, it took
10
like
years
10
later?
years for her to get money, but $20,000 is a lot for not holding onto a handrail.
Well, like, think about it, though. Because if she got arrested and had to do any amount of jail time, the lawsuit.
Loss of wages, pain and suffering.
Sure,
like that,
whatever. I don't care about that. I was talking about the time, not how much she got.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You just sue the government for $1 million no matter what, just to see what happens.
And then they settle. Yeah.
No, but they settle years later.
Yeah, it takes them
It
a
takes
while.
forever. They just fought it probably that whole time.
Okay. But an officer stopped her because
Canada
she
was
wasn't
all like,
holding
"You don't
onto
need
the
this money, eh?"
handrail. Sorry.
Why weren't you holding onto the handrail, eh?
She's like, sorry, but I was looking through my purse, and a sign stated caution and hold handrail was located near the escalator.
That seems more like a warning and less like a demand.
I think that's probably what the Supreme Court also said. They're like, hey,
Canada
so
has
something
a Supreme Court? How does Canada work? Explain your government in the comments.
I think do they have a parliament? Because I was going to say it's probably sort of like America, but I think they have
I thought
a
the Queen of England just ran Canada's.
No.
Yeah, she
Part
does.
of Canada is...
No, because she kidnapped those kids.
is
I mean,
French.
maybe she didn't, but she probably definitely did.
Oh, okay, don't...
No,
don't,
they
don't-
have the Queen on their dollars.
Okay, but what about the French part?
It's owned by England.
But the French part can't be owned by England. They speak French.
Canada. I'm going to offend people if they ever watch this.
I mean, I think they might have the Queen on their bills, but...
Canada owned by England was literally the second one. In 1982, it adopted its own constitution. Shh, skip all this.
He wants to read the part
Although
that
it's
shows
still
that he's
part of the
correct.
British Commonwealth. I did just skip all the part where they have their own constitution just to get to the part where it says they still are technically owned by
But
Canada.
what about the French part? What about Quebec?
It's a constitutional monarchy that accepts the British monarch as its own. Elizabeth II is Queen of Canada. I told you. But then they have their Prime Minister man.
I kind of feel like they just like the Queen.
What's that Prime Minister man's name that everybody likes? Not the one that did meth.
The new one. The good-looking one that got in trouble for like a racist costume.
Ooh, yeah, him.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't remember. He's good-looking.
Canada. Leave in our comments or send us at rumrunners@gmail.com.
There you go.
What the name of the Canadian president be?
You could just tell us in the comments on YouTube, or if you could leave comments on, because you can't leave comments on podcast stuff, can you?
No, I mean, I actually leave a review with a 5-star that answers my questions that I randomly say. There you go.
Always leave a 5-star review to answer our questions.
Yeah, so other people like you who like me can say things.
Okay, then.
See things.
The officer told her to hold on to the handrail during her ride down the escalator, and the officer stopped her once she got to the bottom. He asked her to follow him, and she refused. Oh, this is probably where he was like, now you're arrested, because he was like, yeah, can you please?
No, this is going to be...
sorry in a rush.
So this was one of those things where you get arrested for resisting arrest, and you're like, you can't... How do you...
It's like, but I wasn't under arrest in the first place because that's not a law that I was breaking.
You're under arrest. Oh, stop resisting. Like,
stop resisting.
What am I under arrest? For resisting arrest.
In America, people get shot for that. Do you think if this happened in America that the person would have got shot?
No, she's white.
Okay, if it was a POC and they did this in America, do you think they'd get shot?
When you call it POC, like, it just sounds bad. People really like being called that.
Person of color, yeah, it's like an accepted thing.
Yeah, but like at the
because
same time,
it incorporates everything.
The POS, which is the whatever they call those things in retail environments, because I haven't done it in a long time.
Place of sale.
Point of sale. And then there's the other one that's just an insult.
Exactly. But no,
it's really close.
The reason why POC is more accepted is because the other word that used to be used was minority, and that's more degrading because in a lot of instances they're not actually the minority.
Well, no, because the word minority and majority are based not off the amount of people in an area. It's based off the who's in power.
Who's in power, yeah. But it basically then it's just saying, you guys are below us. That's why they use person of color now.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's more acceptable. But yeah.
But so she is technically a POC because she's a person of Canada.
Would a Canadian count as a POC in America?
I'm gonna start calling people from Canada POCs, and they're gonna be like, I am white, and I'm gonna go, no, but you're a person of Canada.
What was that accent? I am white. I am white. I don't think that's how people from Canada talk.
That's how white people talk, isn't it? I don't know.
I am white.
I've never said I'm white to anyone.
I don't cook with salt because I am white.
I cook with a lot of salt.
You're not white, really. Deep down inside, you don't identify as a white guy.
I'm pink.
You are pink and sometimes red, depending on the temperature.
Right now, it's really red.
It's pretty red.
I haven't even
drank
that much.
Let's see here. Okay, so she refused to give her identification. Oh, that's what he was like. Give me your ID.
She just didn't hold the handrail.
She didn't follow a metro sign.
Do they have like a pause?
I'll just beep it.
Do they have the what's that stupid racist law that America has, where they can just stop you just the check just because?
Except for that's only if they suspect that you're illegal.
Not anymore.
Can they just stop you for no reason and just be like, give me your ID?
Yeah, because it's not just about illegals now. There was like a whole thing where that was like a thing where the stop and frisk thing is like, you can just do that to people now.
Then yeah, racist law known as stop and frisk.
Is that what it's called though? That's the thing I didn't remember. I think it is.
I think some places have a stop and frisk where they could just be like, I think you have something on you and check.
Yeah, they're just like,
super racist.
You looking all like a person of color. Come here.
She was given a $100 ticket for disobeying the sign and $320 fine for obstructing an inspection worker. Is that what they call police, or was someone looking at the handrail, and he's like, I don't know if it's working unless you're holding it.
Hold the handrail. I need to check it.
Yeah. In Canada, are they called inspection work? Like cops? I mean, that's a nice way of saying like police officer.
With the 5-star review, guys, leave a review that explains what you call Canadian police.
Always with a 5-star review.
Are they all Mounties? Because in my mind, yes. but I actually think that's like a special unit or something.
I think it is. Yeah. All right. She was acquitted of the infractions in 2012, and she sued
Why
Montreal.
did it take that
right?
long?
It took a while.
It took 3 years of court trials. Oh my God! Did you know it? No, she didn't get enough.
Yeah, and she sued Montreal's Transit Authority, the city, and one of the officers for $45,000. I feel like she should have gone higher than that because she should have been like, it was a handrail.
3 years of court fees too.
Yeah, and she had to get a lawyer most likely. That lawyer was probably expensive because he was like, this is a travesty, and I feel like I should get 60% of whatever you get. In 2015, the lawsuit was rejected by Quebec court. Quebec, come on, get your stuff together. That's messed up. And again in 2017 by the Quebec Court of Appeal, which said Kosoyan was the author of her own misfortune. That's douchey. One, in the language, and two, how is this her fault?
Because there was a sign that said "Hold the handrail." Was there a sign that said "Hold the handrail"? It's against the law.
Exactly. By under penalty of law, hold handrail. But the Supreme Court unanimously disagreed and said the sign in the metro station that said "Hold on to the handrail" was a warning. Exactly what you said at the beginning.
It's like everybody knows, like the yellow speed limit sign that says 35 sharp turn. It just means that because you might die. It doesn't mean you have to.
It's safer to do that speed.
It's just saying don't drift into the ditch.
Yeah, unless you're really good at drifting. Then Tokyo drift it.
Not if you're like a mom and a hockey fan.
I wonder if you go. Me Tokyo. If you feel me, then you read me, then you know you got to go.
You're so racist.
Fast and Furious. That's a real song.
But the accent you did it in makes you a bad person.
Okay.
My accent was just weird.
For one thing, everybody on the internet is gonna be that knows that song is gonna go, no, yeah, that's exactly what the people sound like.
Listen, it doesn't matter if that's what they sound like. You're not allowed to imitate it.
So I should just been like, I wonder if they go.
According to at least one government document, you're white. That makes you racist for saying that. And
as a Puerto Rican, I get the awesome ability. It's like a special ability.
It's not really.
Like if
there's a tendency for them to leave your race off of things.
Yeah.
So you can choose from whatever other one you want.
I like to think of it like a video game when you're picking a character and you have like racial abilities. And mine is on documents can select Caucasian or whatever you want.
Only if Hispanic, non-white
is not
or white.
It's never. It's
one.
Always an ethnicity.
Yeah.
I'm ethnic, not racial.
I don't understand that.
I don't know
difference.
We'll have to get into it in another episode in depth.
Why are you different than every other one?
Because we're special. No,
you're not.
And they said that was wrong to stop and search her for breaking a law that didn't exist. I love how every other court's like, you're the author of your misfortune, and they're like, you can't be stopped for a law that doesn't exist.
You broke the law. What law? I don't know. I'm gonna make it up right now.
He's sitting there writing it down. Law.
The law of me telling you broke the law.
107. Not holding rails and stopping when I tells you.
You broke the law.
That law 107.
That was some cop that was just like having an ego trip that day.
A reasonable police officer should have known that people didn't have to hold handrails, or at least they should have had some doubt.
Was this just like the world's dumbest police officer? He's like, there's a sign, that's a crime.
Yeah. And it says, even if Miss Kosoyan didn't act in the best way, she had no legal obligation to hold the handrail. What if after this, they're like, you know what? We're making a law. Because Canada doesn't seem to be playing any games. They're like, you know what? You will be the author of your own misfortune. You hold handrails.
Yeah.
We want you to be safe.
All handrails.
Okay?
3 points contact at all times.
It's like a delivery job.
The 3-point law.
Yeah, they're going to do that. Well, no. How would you do 3 points? Because you're walking down, like on escalators you can. But if you're walking down steps, would it not be a 3-point law? Because you'd have to lift.
Every time you lift your foot, you have to put both hands down. Yeah.
You'd get a workout.
Or he just going down the stairs sideways. Are you hold the wall?
Or they put a second handrail on both sides. You have to go down like this.
3 points contact law.
3 points of contact at all times. Canada, if you use that, we have to get
copyright.
We have to get TM 2019.
3 points law.
3 points law.
We already have one of those in America, so Canada takes it. No, that's 3 strikes. That's different.
3 strikes. Yeah, that's very different. 3 points makes it sound like a good thing, but it's 3 points of contact. 3 POC.
All new ways to use the letters.
We're just finding all new things.
So if you're a POC in Canada, you're also a POC. And if you make sure you have 3 POCs, then you're safe.
Oh man, $20,000 in Canada is $15,000 in the U.S.
Man, she got ripped off.
Right?
So wait,
I feel for all of her trouble, 10 years worth, she should have gotten more.
She got all these fines.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming jail time at some point because it said arrested. But that's why we read these clickbait headlines.
She was probably in holding.
That's why we read the clickbait, so you don't have
to.
So you don't have to learn that is a lie, because it doesn't say she went to jail. She just got $200 in fines, which is way different than jail. But
she got $400 in fines. She got $100 and then $360 on top of that.
Oh, all right. And
it's almost $1,000 now. Getting close.
The thing though was the 3 years of court.
Yeah.
Followed by
more years of court.
More years of waiting.
Yeah.
She just got it in 2019, so she went to court.
And then she went to appellate court
for 3 years.
Yeah. That was just the regular court.
Oh, okay.
And then she had to go to the Court of Appeals. And that took another 2 years. Because then it was 2015. And then it took another 4 years to get it to the Supreme Court. It's crazy.
Yeah, give this lady...
She deserves way more than $20,000.
Multiply that by...
how many years it took.
Yeah. There you go.
That's what it should be. It should be like, you deserve $20,000. And it took 10 years for you to get this. So now you're getting $200,000. 20,000 times 10 is 200,000, right? Or is it 2 million? I don't know. Bad at math.
Just had 1
0.
It's
200,000. Yeah, that's right. You looked at me like that number's wrong.
I was like, 2 million is definitely wrong.
Yeah. Well, no. When I said 200,000, you looked at me like, you're wrong.
I'm just not feeling well today, so my face looks bitchy. That's why.
You're just resting bitch face when you're sick?
Yeah.
All right. Just sucking that moonshine cherry? Sucking that moonshine cherry. That sounds really, really bad.
It's not good.
It's soaked in moonshine. Moonshine really isn't that good. It's not tasty. I don't know why people do it. I want to read some of these comments, though. Cop, use the handrail, eh? Lady, take off, Hozier. Cop, that's it. You're busted. Coming to a city near you, the nanny state.
Did you hear that noise that I just made?
That was a weird noise. I don't hold handrails. Big source of germs. Oh, that's true. Have you never thought about that? Because I feel like that's something that you would have thought about.
I don't hold handrails on escalators. I'd run up them because it's fun.
Is Canada still relevant in the 21st century? Wow. Justin Trudeau. That's the guy's name.
But still, ignore that we said it and leave it in the comments.
Leave the 5-star
review.
Also
a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Escalator handrails are nasty. I never touch
Stitcher.
them. Still and watch for a few minutes, and you won't touch them either.
Or Spotify.
She made the Canadian Most Wanted list.
I don't like to touch anything that other people touch.
I know.
Number one thing I hate is bathroom doors. Why aren't they all just push out? All bathroom doors.
Doesn't Chick-fil-A have that thing where you have to pull it, so they make it that you can put your arm through it?
But that's that's to go into it. Going into a bathroom, I don't care.
No, it's on the coming out part.
No, on the coming out part, it's a push.
I thought it was
all bathroom doors should be a push, so you could just kick it open and not worry about touching it.
True.
Every time I go to one, it's like, here's a handle. I'm like, never coming here again.
There's not as many funny comments on this one.
Yeah. Skip it. We're done.
It was really just the Hozier one.
Just remember that handrails are just a thing. They're like seatbelts. They're like, oh, it's good to use, but you don't have to.
That is a law, though.
What?
Okay.
Hey man, I rode a motorcycle. There's no seatbelts on those.
On to the next one.
I accepted that I was gonna die if I got into an accident.
I accept my fate. You're gonna be Jax Teller.
Which is really funny because like before I started riding motorcycles, I was like totally like I was strict about wearing seatbelts.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, meh, I already accepted I have die in a car accident. It's fine.
Sitting riding off. What was the song play? What was the song?
I also
playing
don't
when
understand how that's illegal, but like a motorcycle, it's like
when he rode into the truck. What song was playing? Can't remember. Spoilers.
I was free.
Spoilers.
Free fall.
Except for if you haven't seen Sons of Anarchy, fix your life. Washington movie theater evacuated after highly contagious package of urine was sent to the wrong address.
Wait. It was supposed to go somewhere?
Yep.
It was meant for something?
It was meant for somewhere else, but a movie theater got it.
For your eyes only.
Let's read here.
Is it irradiated?
I don't. There has been like a lot of like irradiated thing. Uraniated.
Well, there was that one time when we found out it's not illegal to buy uranium off the internet.
Yeah, we did find that. Which once again, this is why you should watch our show, so you can learn things like it's not illegal to buy uranium off the internet.
That's the one thing though, because like everybody's like, oh no, we gotta look out for dirty bombs, and everybody's like, they're gonna steal it from like a toxic waste plant.
Or you can order it from Amazon.
Order it online.
Yeah, it was from Amazon. He got it from Amazon. It's crazy.
The only thing illegal was the fact that they had a gun and the lady was a convict.
Yeah, that was literally it. And the snake was didn't they have a
no, the snake was fine. It's totally cool to just have a
not in snake season. Wasn't there something about like it was like an animal that wasn't in season?
I think it was just not properly caged.
It was something like that. It was a weird story.
You could totally have uranium and a rattlesnake.
What episode was that? 'Cause that was a good episode. We're gonna have to go back and check.
We'll find it and we'll let you know somewhere.
I'll figure out what episode it is and I'll link it.
Because it's totally funny. You could totally have a rattlesnake and uranium, but don't steal a car and don't have someone in the car with you.
It was a stolen car.
It was a stolen car, and she was a convict with a gun, which is illegal.
Yeah.
But totally, the two things that sounded like they would be more illegal
in
than
that clickbait
were
headline.
Totally fine. Oh yeah, because wasn't the headline something like
it was like
couple caught with gun?
It was like
rattlesnake, uranium,
it was like stolen vehicle, rattlesnake, gun, and uranium. Arrested, and people were just like, like I was like, what? And then they were like, yeah, the uranium was perfectly fine. The rattlesnake,
that was one of those ones where you're like reading it legitimately,
and they were like, but they stole a car and she was a convict with a gun, and we're like, well, that's just normal. You didn't have to put the other two things in there. You're liars.
Well, they made it more exciting.
They did, and they made me click on it. That's what it is. That's how the show really came into being.
Oh man, they were terrorists. No, it's totally okay to have a radiated snake.
Yo, maybe they were trying to make like a Godzilla snake.
Maybe they were trying to become super villains, and they were gonna irradiate the snake and then have it bite her.
So it could be like Snake Woman.
Snake Man.
Snake Woman steals the car with a gun. Then she gets bit by a snake. Then she gets snake powers because it was irradiated with uranium.
Here comes the spider lady, snake lady. I forgot what song it was. I went to the one.
Okay. A movie theater in Washington state resembled the scene. Oh, what the heck? In Washington
you thought
state,
it was the government.
Resembled a scene out of a disaster flick on Friday night after a box with a dire warning was left outside the building, triggering an evacuation after urine samples were sent to the wrong address. The incident happened around 5:15 p.m. at the North Bend Theater in the town of North Bend. Good name for a theater. Located around 30 miles east of Seattle. Man, they're just giving us... You want to give us latitude and longitude, Fox News?
Going to this theater, and I'm going to give them urine.
I'll give you urine.
I don't know. I always have to pee when I'm in the movie theater.
It is true. I mean,
it's something weird about movie theaters.
Also, you like drink like a giant drink usually.
There's that, and then there's like it's always like kind of cold, but not cold, but kind of cold. And that
so
makes
like,
you have to pee.
Yeah, makes you uncomfortable. Where you're kind of like, I want a jacket, but if you wear a jacket, you're too hot. So you're like, I have to wear a windbreaker, but I don't own any windbreakers. So what am I gonna do? But the East Side Professional Firefighter said on Twitter that first responders also follow us at RumPod on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter.
That first responders converged on the theater for a hazmat call with a box marked highly contagious human substance.
People were like, oh man, there's totally a whole person that's got Ebola in this.
That had been opened.
Who opened it?
I feel like they were like...
This is one of those situations
This is
where
probably the popcorn butter. I think this is the popcorn butter.
Some kid brought it in and was like, I'm going to check the mail before my boss gets here. This seems important. Oh, there's pee in it. Close. Highly contagious.
Most likely. But a total of 5 hazmat techs arrived at the theater to analyze the package as the building was evacuated and nearby streets were closed. Dang, this shut down the whole block. As authorities tried to determine what was inside the package. What's in the box? There you go. You got it. Good job.
P is in the box.
P's in the box. Why didn't Brad Pitt just say
What's in the
that?
box?
What's in the box? It's highly contagious urine.
You know what Jennifer
And his
Aniston
wife
said,
is
though?
at home perfectly fine.
When he was all, what's in the box? Jennifer Aniston said, not a baby. Because they never had one.
And then they got divorced.
Yeah, but they're back together, aren't they? You know whose box did get a baby? Angelina Jolie.
That's so terrible. What's in the box?
Did they get a
Not
divorce
a baby,
over that?
so they got a divorce.
Did they get a divorce over
It's like
that?
you're just trying to make everybody sad.
You're the one that said divorce. I didn't. I think Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt got back together, so hold on.
I think they did. I remember seeing that in a thing where they were at least talking. I know that. I'm going to keep reading. Oh, I can't say this word.
48 minutes ago, Jennifer Aniston reportedly back together with second ex-husband amid Oh, never mind.
Oh, dang it.
She's
We
back with
wanted
that-
you back together.
She's back
Jennifer
with her
Aniston.
other
It's not-
ex-husband.
That's not cool. Brad Pitt's way cooler. He was in Fight
Brangelina.
Club.
Oh no, Brangelina was the other one. Sorry.
Brennifer.
Brennifer.
There we go. Brennifer Paniston.
My favorite thing about celebrities is always like they're all happily married, and then they're like, "I'm gonna go do this movie," and then it's
That's how the Channing Tatum
I didn't cheat
conversation
on
started.
you with her.
I heard Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel broke up.
But
This
they
is-
have like 17 babies.
This has nothing to do with like clickbait headlines. This is just I saw this on a magazine and I was like, I hope that's not true. They were like, well, the good
Well,
ones.
in-store magazines are definitely never true
They're
because
never
like
true. But that's where I saw the Aniston and Pitt
John
thing.
Travolta's been gay and dying for like
10
decades.
years. Yeah, it's been crazy. Let's keep reading. I can't read this word. Snoqualmie.
You know what's really weird is I come from a state where there's a lot of things named after Native American stuff, and I can't say that word.
Exactly. Police Sergeant Paul Graham told Como News the theater manager opened up the package and it was the manager. Jeez.
At what point are you like, oh, this is definitely
Highly contagious
for
human substance
us.
inside. This is for a movie theater.
You know what it was?
He
That's
ordered-
probably what's on the popcorn oil.
Oh my God.
That stuff is not good for you.
It's not. It's why I don't eat popcorn from the movie theater anymore because like I would get
You
like
always have to
legit.
poops.
Yeah, I would get legitimately like sick afterwards. Like I would almost throw up half the time.
That's why we now go to movie theaters that serve.
Steak.
It does not. And I went there because you were like, they have steak, and I was like, yeah, steak. And then I'm looking at the menu. I'm like,
There's no steak.
there's no steak here. It's like going to Wawa.
Movie theater tavern sponsor us so that we could make claims like you have steak. People will show up.
Ignore my
Case in
not
point.
good thing.
The manager was then taken to the area hospital as a precaution due to regular exposure protocol.
Was there booze though?
Yep.
We had booze, right?
Yeah, there was booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you drink, you don't need steak. You have
Actually,
whatever
I
I,
think
had,
there-
which I think was just appetizers.
I think there was booze. I don't know if we had booze though. We were looking at booze because we went to go see It Too, and they had that Pennywise drink, and we were thinking about it.
Oh, we didn't. We just went, we'll make that some other time.
Yeah, because it had rum in it, and it looked really good, and it's like red or pink or whatever. It
Back
was
to the
cool.
P.
Back to the P.
Back to the P. What's in the box? It's
What's in the
P.
box? We got to do like a cartoon shirt.
This is
for
not
that.
a good tangent. Let's ignore all of which has happened.
They didn't show signs of illness, but went to the hospital as a precaution, as officials weren't sure what was in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Still P. Why did he open it? I want to hear why he was like,
I don't know if they ever say.
this
Let's
box
see
was delivered to the movie theater. And I
Test of the
saw,
liquid.
don't open, human specimen, highly contagious. And I thought, must be for us.
Must be popcorn butter. But it says that the urine was disposed of appropriately in a biocontainer. The package was originally intended for a medical clinic in Tacoma, located more than 40 miles away. They have
Come
no
on,
idea.
post
They have
office.
no idea how it ended up in North Bend.
Get it together, UPS.
Then they're like, all is well. The emergency vehicles you may have seen in front of the theater on Friday, November 29th were in response to our call regarding a mislabeled package that was leaking an unknown liquid. So it was leaking.
But they just said that
But it was
wasn't
appropriately disposed of. And
He tasted
opened
it.
Oh, my God.
He tasted it.
What if it was it was Shoutin' Mountain? It was Diet Shoutin' Mountain. He was like, oh, this looks just like Diet Shoutin' Mountain.
He was like, this looks just like popcorn butter. I'm still going to assume that's what this is. And he was like, nope, that's pee.
That's a totally pee.
He took another sip, though, for sure.
Totally pee.
Definitely still pee. Gonna put this one
The
behind
theater
the bar.
praised
saving
the
it for later.
professionalism of Eastside Fire and Rescue, the Snoqualmie
Just
Police
skip it.
Department, saying there was no danger and they would be open for business Saturday to show Frozen 2. I'm glad that this didn't mess up Frozen 2. I'm glad that they were still able to... Is Let It Go in this one? I didn't see it yet.
What?
Do they let it go?
I don't know. Do they let it go? Leave us a 5-star review and let us know if they let it go.
Also, Frozen, the cast of Frozen, be on the show.
Yeah.
That would be balls. Can you imagine?
What's that
Like
one girl's
Kristen
name?
Bell? Or, what's her name?
Abdullah Badriz?
No.
What did John Travolta call her? Not the right name.
Yeah, it was the wrong name. But, oh my God. I was literally just talking about her. Because she was in Wicked. And that came up.
Frozen. Why is she in Wicked? I didn't see Wicked.
She was in Wicked.
Like the Broadway? Or
Yeah,
like
the Broadway.
movie? Didn't see.
She was also in
Adina
Rent.
Menzel.
Adina Menzel. Yeah, he
Idina
totally
Menzel.
did not call her
He
that.
called her Marina Bimbel
Yeah.
or
It
something.
was something really bad. All right, so that's pretty much it with the urine. Would you have opened a box that was leaking urine?
No, I wouldn't open a box that says caution, highly contagious human specimen.
You get a box mailed labeled highly contagious human substance. And your first thought is, better open this and see what it is.
Yeah, see? No.
This is why you never order lemonade at the theater.
Or get the extra butter.
Let's see here. Oh, it was like, does they speak English?
Oh, he called her Adele Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem, yes.
Because he can't read goods. Because he's, gay and dying.
Well, this was an attempt. The theater goers were all peed off for stopping their movie.
No, stop, because I'm done with these comments after that one.
And someone said, "You've got to be kidding me." There you go.
Yeah, why did you open it? If you're the theater manager, I hate you. And also,
Don't be on the show.
what
but
did
you
the
can.
pee taste like?
You
'Cause
had
I'm
to
assuming
taste
you
it.
tasted it. You're like, yeah, all popcorn butter says that. Duh.
And if you didn't taste it, he at least, if it was leaking,
He definitely was like,
touched it and did this. Because you know that he was probably like,
that's not popcorn butter. Still not popcorn butter.
I thought the second time it was definitely going to be popcorn butter.
Then he put his finger in the popcorn butter. I was like, definitely not popcorn butter.
And then put the popcorn butter on the popcorn and served it to somebody.
After he put his finger with pee inside it.
Oh my God, this is making me feel sick.
All the assumptions that must be true.
But always remember, what's in the box? The answer is always pee.
I heard that like the popcorn that you get at movie theaters is like super gross and dirty anyway.
Yeah.
Because they just let bugs die in there or something.
Oh my God.
You didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't.
That's like
I'm
a-
glad I don't get the popcorn anymore. I started getting nachos.
Probably not any better. Just saying. Like,
I mean,
those-
they're sealed though. They got like a plastic seal over them, and they rip that off.
the cheese?
The cheese is in a bag.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that? The cheese is like a bag, and then they put the bag in the machine, and then it breaks
no,
the seal.
I thought you meant like they give you a thing. No, I mean,
Oh no, sometimes it is like if like the theater is like really cheap, they'll give you one of those cups, and you have to take the seal off of it also.
like the cups you get at pretzel places.
Yeah,
But no. I'm just saying they probably never clean the cheese machine, so it's got
Probably
like 100-year-old cheese in there.
probably not. Probably has pee also.
Well, not cheese, whatever they use to make cheese for nachos.
Yeah, plastic probably. At least it's not human pee. Highly contagious human pee.
Highly contagious.
How
human
is it
pee.
highly contagious though? That's what I want to know. And then he didn't even get infected with anything.
It's got Ebola.
Oh man, he got Ebola.
No, you get Ebola through blood.
Oh, well then is it in the pee?
The pee is containing Ebola idea.
Was there high levels of hemoglobin?
But if you taste pee, it's not going to get into your bloodstream, so that's why.
That's true. Maybe it's the bubonic plague.
Making a lot of weird assumptions. Here.
Taking weird jumps. We literally went to Ebola, and then I jumped to the bubonic plague.
You did. I didn't make that jump, but apparently the bubonic plague is back. So again, people
don't go to China.
It's not the first time it's come back.
Well, how are you just staring over there? Like you were looking over there like somebody walked in and freaked me out.
Hi, America.
What? I
don't know.
What is that about? On to the next one. This is weird.
Cass!
Okay. Oh, he's sleeping, dude. Let him sleep.
No.
Jesus.
Did nothing for me.
It's midnight, man. Let him just relax.
Shh. Calm down.
The next one I have on here because Dane wanted us to talk about it. He was like, "You need to talk about this on the show."
No, fire him. He's fired again. I haven't fired him this season, and he asked me why, and then I'm doing it now. So, Dane, you're officially fired for never being here once this season.
He wants to be back on the show. He wants to actually be on the show, though.
Once.
I think he's saying, Dane, you're fired until you actually
Dane's been on the show this many times. None.
Are you making me going to put up a graphic there?
None. Yeah.
You're a schmuck.
Right here? Right here's where Jared's going to put the number of times that Dane's been on the show. It's going to be, he's going to have to make one and make sure that it's the perfect size for my hands to be going around it.
I hate you so
much. Making it so hard.
Yo, I'm probably just going to put the word nope. That's probably what's going to happen.
Here nope times.
I mean, it still works, but yeah.
He's rude.
But yeah, I originally wasn't going to talk about this because I didn't know how we were going to make it funny because it's just a mean thing. But we'll talk about it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I don't like that. Can you hear me now?
Not really. Get closer to the mic.
Oh my God, this is why we don't record at night because I can't handle life at night.
I don't know why.
I don't know. I'm better in the morning.
I'm better in the morning.
I need to cut my hair.
I feel like that's a song about sex. I'm better in the morning.
That's called Afternoon Delight.
Pew!
By Huey Lewis and the Bees.
Afternoon Delight.
All right, come on. We're ruining our show.
You're ruining our show.
It's turning into the very first season of
It's not. I love how you keep thinking that because you think that we're at like an hour and a half right now. We're not.
I don't know. These tangents are just weird. It's just going to be funny because, like, you're going to call me on, like, whatever day you end up editing it.
Yeah.
And you're going to be all like, this is so funny. I'm dying. I'm like, it felt bad at the time.
You also are sick. So everything that you're doing
my mood is like just
right now is just
good.
like, I just want to be done.
It's me fighting to leave. But at the same time, making it last longer.
Yeah, exactly. You're weird like that. But we know about this one. The PA Game Commission investigating viral video of deer abuse. Did you see this video?
What?
Okay. Wait,
Who's abusing the deer?
Did you seriously not know about this story?
No.
What? This was all over Facebook for a while.
I literally don't actually pay attention to Facebook.
And we're in Pennsylvania.
I don't.
It's the state it happened in.
Most of my friends are from Jersey still.
That is true.
I have you. Did you post this?
No, I didn't.
Exactly. I don't know anyone else out here. Technically. He lives in Easton.
And as we said, that's basically New Jersey.
Yeah.
And then you said, no, it's not. I said, well, it's basically not Pennsylvania.
That's offensive.
So it's Easton. It's its own state.
Anyway, it's on the border of New Jersey. Nobody cares about it. It's not that close to Harrisburg. It's far away from Harrisburg.
Okay, well, I will let you know who's doing
Pennsylvania
this.
State
In
capital.
Harrisburg, PA.
Pennsylvania.
A video showing two boys beating and torturing a deer in western Pennsylvania has gone viral. And now the Pennsylvania Game Commission is investigating. I don't know why they're investigating.
Why does this fall into the subject matter he thinks that we talk about?
I don't know. It's pretty apparent from this video that they beat a deer because they shot it, and then instead of letting it die or putting it out of its misery or anything like that, they were like, wouldn't it be funny if we just like kicked it a bunch of times?
I feel though,
and then ripped its antlers off, not cut them off after it died, ripped, like put their foot on its head and ripped it off.
I feel though like hunters have a disconnect for the the life of the animals that are hunting at this point.
I don't think all
I'm sure there's
hunters.
some. No, I'm no. But once you become used to the idea of like the murdering of the deer, I feel like it's probably easier to get past the emotions of guilt that you might feel.
These were like young kids, though. I think these are like.
Yeah, but it's probably not the first time they went hunting.
It's probably the first time they went hunting by themselves.
No, maybe, well, yeah, maybe.
Because if
They're
their
like,
dad
Dad's
was
not here.
Yeah.
Let's do that thing we always wanted to
If their
do.
dad was here, he would have beat the crap out of him.
I don't know. I just think it gives you like a numbness to it. Just like it's weird how my wife like is obsessed with killing bugs, and I'm all like, leave that spider alone. We have arguments about it.
Because they're bugs.
Yeah, but it's the lack of appreciation for the life of anything.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Something
like in
smaller than
general,
you.
this is just douchey. Like they have a petition out for more than 300,000 with more than 300,000 signatures.
To do what?
To punish these kids, I guess, because they know who it is.
Well, I mean,
they legitimately
aren't there
put
laws
their
for how you
names.
kill stuff? Isn't
think
it like,
so.
like you have to do it in a way that
Yeah, it needs to be humane.
like, you're not like
Like if you shoot a deer and injure it, it's your duty to track that deer down
then kill it.
and make sure that it dies humanely. Because
And
if not, it's going to die in a terrible way.
I knew other hunters, and it was like I remember like being a kid and like going out and target shooting bows with my stepdad, and he was all like, "You aren't ever going hunting with me," and I was like, "Why?" It was like, "Because you'd be a bad person because I had bad placement on what would kill the bear because it was a bear target." Totally had a bear target.
You're gonna wait,
but I was like shooting it in like the neck.
Aside from these douchebags, you were gonna bow hunt a bear?
No, that's just the target we had.
But that's like
that wasn't for actual. Like you shoot.
Is that
in Jersey? It's like mostly shotgun hunting. You do,
but I'm just
you can't
saying.
even use rifles.
You were like, all right,
unless it's changed.
If we're gonna hunt, because I know that this is how you think. If we're gonna hunt bear, and we're gonna do it with a bow and arrow.
Except I was like 10.
But because I know
I was not planning on hunting at all.
Want to hunt a boar with a spear?
Listen, I feel like all right. If I was ever to go hunting, I feel like I'd be able to overcome my guilt with it because I feel bad killing bugs, obviously, by killing it in a way that gave it a chance to fight back. So I want to knife fish a shark.
I forgot about that one.
Totally
forgot about that one.
Bow hunt boar.
I thought it was spear hunt boar.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Spear hunt boar.
And apparently bow hunt a bear.
Bow hunt a bear. Give it a chance.
You have the freaking bow and arrow from Arrow.
You shoot the arrow, it's like, bing, like, oh crap.
Are you Green Arrow?
Good thing I brought this shotgun just in case. That arrow just deflected off that bear skull. I'm dead.
Super glad I brought this Mosin Nagant.
Super glad I brought my Swiss Army knife because there's totally that story of that dude that did that in Alaska. Got like eaten by a bear and the bear's like,
how much?
And he's all stabby. He's like half his arm was eaten.
Still, I
That
feel
old
like
dude totally stabbed the
feel
bear.
like
He has it in a frame.
Okay. But they got the Swiss Army knife?
Yeah, the knife is
with
in a
its
frame.
with its blood on it?
I don't know.
And did they test it to make sure?
I don't know, but he has the bear.
I kind of feel like what ended up happening is that he was getting all eaten, and he was like, "Oh no!" And he reached and he grabbed his big old knife, stabbed it, and then went, "Oh man, oh my, wait,
Blood on my
wait, okay, well,
let's make this a better story."
Yeah, better story." Just stabbed it a whole bunch of times.
I feel like no. I feel like that definitely happened the way where he got mauled by a
This would
bear.
be a cool story.
Stabbed
And then
it
he
with the only thing he had.
and then he passed out from loss
I don't
of blood.
think while mid being mauled by a bear, you're like, oh no, what would be more cooler? Oh man, I picked the wrong one.
Which is why you wouldn't choose that as your weapon. But after you're safe,
I feel like it was just
might be
grab
like,
the first
yo,
thing that you find.
Do it for the gram.
Before the gram.
Before the gram.
Before gram, she did it for the gram.
Do it for the vine then at that point.
This was a long time ago. It's like a famous thing.
I meant grapevine.
And I'm done.
You're done with it? You don't want to do you want to talk about that, or you don't want to talk about the kids?
Sick kind of mood where like I might smack you tonight. Because it's always like a weird mood where I'm not in a great mood and then you annoy me, but also I want to be funny.
So hitting me is the middle ground. That's what it is.
Happy. It's really weird. I'm like, I won't hurt bugs, but I'll totally slap my best friend just because.
Just cause.
Just because.
Just because it makes me feel better.
As I'm sitting next to him and he said something I didn't like, but also I think it'd be funny to smack. But no, I thought there were laws against.
There's totally laws against it.
Inhumane murdering of animals.
Let's see here. So
that's why there's certain calibers of guns you have to use like hunting stuff. Like you can't just go out with whatever you want.
What is it like for a deer? It has to be a 30-06 or something like that.
I don't know. Don't make up numbers you don't know. You're making guesses.
30-06
never been hunting.
is a caliber. I'm not making it up.
You've never been hunting that.
And I think you can use.
Don't know the rules.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm googling
like
it.
Any like 30 caliber gun. I think anything like that. Shotgun. New Jersey, it's shotguns. You're supposed to use shotguns for.
Well, New Jersey has weird gun laws, and by weird I mean they're just strict.
Well, you can't put more than 10 rounds in a shotgun, at least the kind that they let you use.
It's in here somewhere.
This is going to be hours and hours. Put a clock right now, just ticking by of us just looking at you, looking at the computer.
Why can't? Why
but
is it?
See,
just
there's
forums?
22 calibers on there too right now. There's 223.
There's no minimum caliber you can use in PA.
No.
For a muzzleloader and archery, but I can legally take my .17 HMR or a 22 revolver, but not my Desert Eagle.
What?
My Ranch 30 or 12 gauge. I don't think that's correct.
Can't use your 50 caliber handgun, but you can use a 22 to hunt deer.
Why are these all forums I just want? Like an actual thing.
Nope. See, that's the thing. I swear they do it on purpose because I try to look up PA like gun laws and PA knife laws, and it's always like super confusing, and you always have to go to a forum for somebody else to tell you what it means.
According to what this says, it says rimfire and centerfire firearms less than .23 caliber to hunt small game. What about
so you're saying
deer?
You can't use,
and you can use a 22 to legally dispatch trapped fur bearers.
But you can't use a 50 caliber because it said that was like the maximum, didn't it? 22 something, 223,
something like that. Yeah.
You can't just blow the bunny rabbit up.
Can't explode it. There's it is really difficult.
If you know if it's illegal to torture a dead animal or dying animal.
No, it's totally illegal to torture a dying animal. We're just trying to figure out the minimum caliber.
Then
right
why
now.
do they need to get a petition to get these kids arrested?
I don't know. That's what doesn't make sense. Let's talk about BB guns. What the heck is this?
You know what? If you're listening to this, what's the name? Jared will post the link to the.
It doesn't have their names because I think they're 16.
To the petition.
Yeah, I'll post a link for the petition.
Send these kids to jail.
Because, yeah, they're schmucks.
They don't love deers.
I'm a hunter and I hunt for meat. But I don't want to see an animal suffer.
Yeah, that's
pretty much what everybody said. Everybody was like, even if you're a hunter, killing an animal is one thing, but there's no reason to watch an animal suffer. Sure psychopaths do that.
The only thing I said was I think you become numb to the concept of hunting the deer.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think you have to enjoy it.
You kind of get used to it.
You're used to doing it.
But yeah.
Isn't that how mafia hitmen do it? Because they're not necessarily serial killers. They're just they just get used to it.
They've gotten desensitized to it because they've been doing it for so long. And
That's what I was looking for.
These
kids were probably like that. They probably just done it a bunch of times. They're like, well, whatever at this point.
I feel like
this deer has life means less to me than mine.
I feel like torture. I feel like the kids are slightly psychopathic. I mean,
it's a lack of respect for the lives of other things.
Yeah, schmucks.
No one appreciates how important life as a whole is.
Yeah.
Not just human life, but all life.
I know you're talking about spiders. I know you're talking about spiders, and I don't agree with you.
Everybody
on that.
only gets one YOLO.
What if spiders get 8?
They get YOLO.
Yo, what if reincarnation is true, but it's based off of how many legs you got?
Did you
Humans only get 2. Spiders get freaking 8.
They don't. They get 1. And did you know that spiders are so fragile that if one was to fall off your table, it could actually get injured and die?
Sure.
Yeah, I know. You don't think about it that way, though.
No, I don't care.
Just saying.
Do you know what else is fragile? My skin. And if a brown recluse bites me.
You know how rare those are in Pennsylvania, especially in wintertime? No, they're dead now. Any of them that were available are dead now. It's too cold.
Where'd they go, though? They had to have come inside. Try to survive.
They don't live here. They come in packages. They get mailed here.
Packages. What's in the box? Peeing spiders. Peeing spiders.
Oh my.
That's a nightmare box.
I remember like I would find like really weird looking and colorful spiders in my truck when I was delivering packages because like our paper would come from like
all over
Brazil and stuff, and I'd be like, "What is this? Why is it
Look
bright
at this
green?
colorful spider."
Why is this lime green?"
Did you start just Googling? You're like,
Yeah.
lime green
I
spider.
did it all the time,
And it was
actually.
like, you can die if you come within 3 feet of this spider.
No, almost like every time you look up something about a spider, it's like, it's fine and it probably won't bite you.
Do you know what it is? It's because it's propaganda for people trying to save spiders.
There's not that many spiders that can kill a
It's
human being.
Propaganda.
They're this big.
It's propaganda. That's what it is. It's literally them just being like, you know what? This spider, actually, just so you know, this spider, if it bites you, it actually heals wounds. It heals wounds.
People need to make more
It
rumors
kills
like the.
all terrible bugs and also serial killers. It can only kill serial killers if it bites them, but it'll heal wounds on anyone who's not a serial killer. That's how good this spider is.
I think more rumors need to be started, like the daddy longlegger one. It's the most poisonous
It's the most
spider.
poisonous spider, but
No,
it's
sorry, it's venomous for one.
venomous,
You're using
yeah.
the wrong word.
Yeah, sorry.
Most venomous spider in the world, but its teeth are too
I kinda
small to
feel like
bite you.
If you eat the... Did you see the video of the guy that ate that spider?
That's not how venom works.
No,
also,
but I'm just
so you
saying
know.
living spider.
Okay.
He was like, he was going and he was on a table, and then he was like, the spider was there, and he was like, ah, 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 and then the spider was crawling, and then he like whacked the spider to make the spider crawl near him, and he was like, oh, and ate it.
What? Why? What
I
is
don't know.
this?
Assert
What?
dominance?
Huh?
I have no idea.
Who?
What?
Why was he
Where?
laying on the table going rah 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 rah?
I don't know. It was a GIF. I just saw it.
But no, I have not seen that.
Yeah, we'll look it up later.
Why is it weird that I like spiders?
Man, it's fine that you like spiders.
They kill the bad bugs.
In our once we get like an actual office, you can be in charge of disposing of spiders.
You mean
humanely?
No, I'm just gonna do to you what I do to my
No,
wife.
what you do is we'll get you one of those things where it's like the little grabby claw where you can like pick them up and you can put them outside.
I will just do to
and you can just give them flies and stuff.
I'll just
you
do
can
to-
name them.
I'll just do to you what I do to Amanda.
That's one heck of a pig.
I'm just gonna do to you what I do to Amanda. I'm gonna walk out of a room. I'll be your office, and I'll be like, "Hey, so a few hours ago, I saw a spider in your office."
I'm gonna routinely check my office. It's gonna be a routine check. It's gonna be like, oh man,
'Cause
is
I
it
was-
Wednesday.
I also
it's spider check day.
I never tell anybody right away that I let a spider go. It's like
No,
hours and
You
hours
tell
later.
me right away. You're like, saw a spider in the bathroom today. Not gonna tell Amanda. It's literally what it is.
Then a few hours later, they'll be talking about something. I'll be like, "Just so you know, there's a spider in the
A
bathroom."
few hours, a few days later,
Sometimes, yeah. Funny story. I saw a spider the other day.
she'll be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go take a bath." You're just like, "Oh yeah, we'll just be cool with the spider that's in there."
No, they don't last long in the bathroom.
They don't.
Every time I find one, like building a web in the shower, and I'm taking one, it's gone by the end of my shower, and I'm like, poor guy.
In yours, in mine, literally, they're just like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay just far enough away." So they're like in the corner, and I'm just like, "I'm watching you," and I just stare the whole time. I can't take a shower because I'm just like I'm staring at the spider the whole time, and I'm just watching it. Because then randomly it'll move, and I'll be like, "Hey, get back in your spot."
Listen, if in like boxing, the 7-foot guy has an advantage over the 5-foot guy, then the 5 whatever you are guy
I'm
versus
5'7".
the 1 centimeter guy, you have the reach advantage. It's not gonna hurt. You leave it alone.
I don't know, Spider-Man, man.
I just want you to know that all life is precious.
So if a spider, tiny little spider, I think when you get that small though, the advantage goes to the smaller thing because it's more difficult to hit. You go to hit a spider, spider moves. You try to kill a fly, and you tell me that you have the advantage over that fly. Have you ever had a fly flying at your face and you try to swat it away?
I don't kill flies.
You've never tried to just
I
whack
leave them
it
for
out
the
of your-
spiders.
You never try to whack it out of your face?
If I killed all those flies, then the spiders wouldn't have anything to eat.
What are you talking about? You kill the fly, you put it in front of the spider. Spider doesn't have to do any work; it just goes there.
The spider doesn't get to have.
And now becomes your pet spider.
The spider loses interest because they're not scavengers; they're hunters.
If you put a spider in a cage and then you dropped a fly in there that was already dead, I guarantee you it's gonna eat that freaking spider. It's gonna eat
That's
that
out of starvation.
The fly is gonna eat the spider. No, the spider's gonna eat the fly. Guarantee you. As much as these guys are assholes, that spider's gonna eat that fly. I needed to tie it
And then
back
bring
in
it back to
somehow.
this.
Needed to bring it back full
All
circle.
I'm just saying is, like, all life, from a tiny spider all the way up to deers, They don't need to be murdered by people just for fun. I think hunting's okay for food and stuff. Like,
especially
it's better than
venison
grocery store meal.
Venison is freaking delicious.
I'm not talking about like delicious.
I'm just saying
talking about,
venison
like,
is delicious.
if you're not beating the crap out of the animal that you just shot and you're using it for food and you're doing it in a safe way, it's
a good thing.
Way better than that deer that was, or the cow that was raised in like 4-foot little
like
cell
veal,
until it was like murdered.
Where it was like completely dark, couldn't move, got all tender, and then
Not
just
to mention-
fuck-unk.
Not to mention, like, veal is like made because they're like, oh, I made my deer have a baby so I can make milk. Here's some
Oh
meat.
my god! And the
That's how it
worst part is that they keep the veal. They don't keep the veal. They keep the baby just within earshot of the mama, so that its cries can be heard. So that the mom keeps producing milk.
Milk is worse than actual meat.
All right, let's
Like,
go to
I've
the
read
next one.
things. It's terrible.
Let's
Let's
go to
just
the
go
next
on to all the abuse that people do upon
we're
animals,
going-
especially spiders.
We're going to the next one. Last one. We're gonna end on an
If
interesting.
you like
note.
spiders, leave us a 5-star review and tell me how I'm not weird for that.
Florida woman
Spiders.
claims Goodwill baby bouncer box contained semi-automatic rifle.
What? Yes, please.
Baby's first AR-15.
What?
A Florida woman who thought she was buying a baby shower present claims she ended up with slightly more than she bargained for. A Mossberg 715T semi-automatic rifle.
You said that in a way like you knew what it was, but I don't.
I don't know what it is. It's that.
It's an AR-15.
It's an AR-15. Veronica Alvarez Rodriguez.
Stop changing the names of things.
Yeah, right?
Why? I like how I said it after her name. Like,
I was like, was she named like Wendy Smith before?
her name was originally Veronica Brownstone.
Brownstone.
I don't know.
She claims that on Sunday she stopped at Goodwill store in Valparaiso on her way to the event.
Say that word again. That's in your
Val-
language.
El Valparaiso. El Valparaiso.
Like, that's different than French. You should
Valparaiso.
be able to say that one.
I'm saying it right now, Valparaiso.
You're letting your mom down.
I am. And my grandparents, everybody, my ancestors, my Taino ancestors, and also the Spanish ones.
I don't think the Taino ones are probably pretty proud that you're not speaking Spanish because
Probably
they didn't want to.
You know what? Yes. For every Puerto Rican person that's like, you don't speak Spanish, you're not real Puerto Rican. My Taino ancestors are proud of me that I'm not giving into the Spanish heritage.
No, you're giving into the other one that was just as bad.
The white people.
The English folk that bought you from the Spanish.
All the Tainos were dead at that point. It's fine. All right. So on her way to the event, she found the perfect item: an unopened $10 baby bouncer. How they resealed it?
I guess.
But when they got to the baby shower and the father-to-be opened the box, they realized it was not a new item, as he found the semi-automatic rifle, reportedly with live ammo inside.
Is this like that one time? Didn't we read a story once before where somebody was like, "Oh yeah, there was meth and teddy bears or something."
Yeah, it totally
At
happened.
a Goodwill store
Yeah, Goodwill.
or a thrift shop or something.
What if Goodwill legitimately is just a front? What
for
if
arms?
we're
and,
gonna get Epsteined?
arms and drug sales.
I think we've cracked the code.
Is it
We're gonna
even?
get
It's trigger locked too. Like, it was.
no, I think that
appropriately
was.
placed in there.
I kind of feel like maybe
She
they
did
called
that?
the police, and the police trigger locked it. Then
I
just to
feel
be
like I
safe.
wouldn't. I would just call the police and be like, "Hey, listen,
Go
I
investigate
bought
that.
this firearm from Goodwill, and I just want to know: do I have to register it? Because it was labeled baby bouncer when I purchased it.
I bought.
Does that become illegal because the serial number's not registered and you're like?
Yeah, it would
name?
totally. Yeah, it totally would. But
Was it used to murder
what
anybody?
you
Is it a murder
can
weapon?
is you can call it a BE 715. When they're like, "What's a BE 715?" Be like, "It's a baby Einstein 715." Just tell people that's what you got.
Can you just keep guns you find?
It had
If you-
live ammo inside of it. It says
If you find, What?
like it was loaded. Like there's shootouts apparently that happen at Goodwill that no one knows about, so they need to have live, just
no,
fully loaded guns.
baby Einstein baby bouncers. No, live ammo.
Yo, can you just imagine if there's like, yo, what if Goodwill's a front for the CIA? It's like Chuck. And like assassins come to kill the people that work there, so they
And they
go
just
and they
rip
run
open the baby
and they start
boxes,
ripping open boxes, whipping out guns. Yo, new video idea.
Goodwill, why are you selling drugs and guns?
New
It's hard.
video idea.
It's always in
We're making it.
kids stuff.
It is.
Nobody's hiding
That's
these guns in like
definitely
an old
what's
VCR
gonna get
box. Like no one's like going, but like, oh, I got a VCR at Goodwill and there's a pistol inside.
No one's checked.
Let's go.
What if you hit eject and it pops out a 9mm? One thing, okay, if you're going
like a really thin one,
like yeah, exactly. You get one of those ones that like folds up. That's a 22. Pops out a 22.
a 45 Derringer.
Yes.
That would fit a VCR.
Yo, how boss would that be if you plugged in your VCR? Like it's not even like
why
it
won't
fell
the
out right
movie go
away.
in, you just like shake it. It's like,
And then you're like maybe it has a tape in it already, so you press eject. It's just the gun. You just grab it. It's fully loaded. It'd be great.
this was a spy's VCR.
And then you just insert it
he
again.
just forgot this gun because he had so many.
We make this cooler than it actually is.
No, it's not. Like,
There's no way
I don't
that's
know.
what it actually is.
finding an assault rifle inside of a baby bouncer box at Goodwill is pretty cool.
It's very cool.
Unless you're anti-gun, then you'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, we have a gun now! I bought a gun."
Do you know what it doesn't state?
What they did with it?
No. If there also wasn't parts for a baby bouncer in there.
Was there also a baby bouncer?
Right?
Did someone exchange out some of the legs for the baby bouncer with their
gun.
Mossberg? They're like, "Oh, I'm missing this part." Look, perfect fit.
Like I think it'd be great. I think it'd be like if you got a baby bouncer
And the fact that it was
and the
loaded
gun.
was just an accident. Just a perfectly reasonable accident.
perfectly
He
reasonable.
used it, it fit perfect, and he forgot there was ammo in it.
Exactly. Had nothing to do with assassins.
Does it mean that, because there's a box of ammo, so I wonder if it just had ammo in there also.
Yeah,
But
it says
if you
ammo
look at
inside
that-
of it. I don't know if it's talking about
That
the box
ammo
of the gun.
cartridge, like the thing that holds them, is empty. Did they load the gun? They're like, well, now that we got this, we might as well just see how it shoots.
Yo, that'd be the greatest baby shower ever. We've been to baby showers. We have children.
Oh my gosh, I hope this was a gift for someone.
It was a gift.
Oh, that's the best.
It's the father to be is the one that opened it. And you know
Yeah.
he's like,
He's like,
he's
"I
like,
was
you know
so glad
exactly what I wanted.
Oh my goodness, this is great. I'm having a girl. First thing I told the doctor was, I'm going to get a gun.
Bam.
Because that's the first thing I told the doctor.
Do you think he gets to keep it?
That's what I want to know.
Man.
Do you just be like,
Yeah,
I have this
like-
now. Like, do you need to like go and pay like whatever
Wait,
taxes
like
on a
can't
firearm?
you
Like,
just register it? Like,
not even every state needs registration. So like in this Florida, I don't think you register in Florida.
I don't know. I feel like you do.
No, because you don't register here.
That's true.
Did you register?
Register my firearm?
Yeah,
No, I didn't have to.
exactly.
I
It's
just did.
against-
I just did the paperwork. I waited,
It's in the
and
Pennsylvania.
then they were
state,
like, "You're not a crazy person. Here's your
the
gun."
Pennsylvania state constitution actually says it's against the law to register your firearm.
Bang bang. Wow, that was a bad bong bong. There we go. Better.
Happy baby day, bang bang. It's a
Awesome.
boy. Yeah.
It was semi-automatic. There we go. You just get a bump stock, which is now illegal.
Gra-da-da-da-da.
Are
Are they illegal now?
Somebody's shooting.
Are bump stocks really illegal?
Yeah, they're totally illegal.
Since when?
Since shootings that used bump stocks.
There's only one.
I think it was Vegas.
It's the only one.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, but then the people are just going to
It
go
was
back
like-
to filing
it was
down
like-
the firing pin.
It was like Juice WRLD dying, but like way more people than that. It's just like that. Yeah. But worse. Okay, let's see here. Showed up to the so an officer showed up to inspect the weapon and check their identification. Yo, so wait. So you're like, "Hey, officer, I bought a baby bouncer.
Whoa.
There was a gun inside. Can you please come check this out?"
Whoa.
And
Give
the
me some
officer's like,
identification.
"Give me your ID." You'd be like, "Woo, yeah, I don't think you're getting it." Why
I
don't
didn't
you?
buy this gun on purpose.
Exactly. Why would I have called you if I would have bought this on purpose?
He's like, hey, oh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm gonna go register. I'm gonna go run your license right now.
Register this gun
I'm
right
gonna
now.
go. I'm gonna go run your license right now and not make sure that you don't have any like warrants or anything, and that you can legally own this firearm. Is that okay? Because I don't care. I'm doing a background check on you either way.
Also, hold the handrail.
I'm gonna go run your background check right now, sir.
Oh, they're holding it for 90 days. Yo, so if at the end of that
And
90
then they
days,
get to keep it.
If it comes back clean, I feel like they get to keep it.
So as long as that firearm wasn't used to murder someone and then hidden into a baby bouncer and given a good, is this the way the mob gets rid of guns now?
Maybe.
And meth? Was it meth or cocaine?
Yo,
it was
he
meth,
might have
right?
gotten a AR-15 for $10. It was $9.99.
There's no way the government's going to be like, all right, now that we're giving this back to you, I just want you to know it's $750 because we held it and while it was in our custody.
They're going to charge him for holding?
Yeah.
For processing?
Duh. Have you never heard about like people that were innocently convicted and then let go and then the government like charged them for rent?
What?
That's happened.
Okay, we'll have to get that into another time. There's too much stuff to unwrap on that one. All right, but this is, I don't know, I kind of wish this would
For
happen
all
to
the
me.
years they were in jail too, so it was a lot.
Jesus Christ, that's terrible. All right, well, I think we're done today. Are we done today?
I'm not done today.
You're not done today?
No.
You legitimately, while feeling bad, want to talk more about this?
This is that thing we used to do where we get really drunk and then we just talk about nonsense and I yell at you and you try and say words and then I interrupt. Exactly, just like that.
Thank you very much for joining us for another episode of the Rum Runnas Podcast. We love having you here. Hope you had a good time. Follow us right here on Facebook and Instagram at Rum Runnas. You can also follow us on Twitter at RumPod. Follow Kyle right there
On
at Mr.
Instagram.
Norwell on Instagram. See his stuff.
See the things that I do sometimes.
And you can follow us now on most places where podcasts are listened to, especially
all of them.
Apple Podcasts, Anchor FM, Spotify, Stitcher, Castbox, Breaker, Podchaser. We just found out that we're on Overcast.
And some other things that we didn't
And
register
some other
for.
things. You can just look us up as the Rum Runnas Podcast. Now remember, if I don't know how you'd be listening to this without it, but Rum Runnas is spelled R-U-M space R-U-N-N-A-S. Don't do it with the hard R. It's A-S. And then podcast. You can also just Google the Rum Runnas Podcast because now when you Google the Rum Runnas Podcast, it actually comes up with our stuff.
Yeah, don't call us runners unless you leave 500 likes on whatever that video was.
Oh my God, the one with the 5K? Gee, don't push that one.
Yeah. Give us 500 likes and subscribe 500 times.
It was Vampires Make Terrible Burglars. That's the one.
Yeah, if you do that, Jared's gonna run a 5K while drinking rum straight out of the bottle.
Freaking change it now. It is both of us are gonna run the
Full speed running.
We're gonna sprint a 5K.
No, you're gonna. I'm gonna walk.
Kyle is going to rollerblade.
I don't know how to rollerblade.
Exactly. See, I do know how to rollerblade, so it'd be easy for me.
I'll
It's
follow
difficult for you.
behind you in the car, not drinking rum. Wink.
Kyle is going to practice handstands and walk it on his hands.
If we get
5K.
1,000 likes, I'll learn how to do a handstand and walk on my hands. That's not true. I don't know how to do it. I'll die.
That's never gonna. You will break your neck.
I'll break things.
All the things, all your things, your whole body will be broken.
But for real, if you can give us 500 likes and subscribers, Jared will run a 5K while drinking rum. What's up? Do it. On the last video, it has to be that. I mean, like 500 people like on all of the videos would be nice. You can also give us 5 billion likes. That'd be cool too.
I don't know what's happening anymore. So thank you very much for being here. Peace. Deuces. We'll catch you in the next one.
Remember to give me 5 stars on Apple and all those other things that he just talked about. As I need money, and if I don't have money, then
Make him stop
we
asking his
can't
wife
do
for
this. I have to get money from my wife because I'm a podcaster, and podcasters don't make money.
money. This is getting dark. Bye.
Don't lay down in your bed.
Lay down in your bed.
Don't lay down in your bed.
Lay down in your bed.
Don't lay down in your bed.
Lay down in your bed.
Don't lay down in your bed.
Lay down in your bed.
Don't lay down in your bed.
Lay down in your bed.
Don't lay down in your bed.
Lay down in your bed.
Don't lay down in your bed.
Lay down in your bed.
Don't lay down in your bed.
Lay down in your bed.
Don't lay down in your bed.
Lay down in your bed.
Don't lay down in your bed.
Lay down in your bed.
Don't lay down in your bed.
Lay down in your bed. Lay down in your bed.